Let's go!
I was checking out the scouting report, and I don't see nothing but bums. You and your whole entire world know that I am the one to one. You and your squad ain't got nothing for me.
Hey.
Your organization is looking stressed,
What?
and now that you haters is running from me, I know that you see that I'm highly blessed.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we live with your boy Coach G. Yeah, we live with your boy Monty.
You and your squad ain't got nothing for me. Your organization is looking stressed, and now that you haters is running from me, I know that you see that I'm highly blessed.
I wish I could start off a little different, but I have a lot to say before we even get started with tonight's episode. But it's March Madness edition, episode 56 of The Rewind, brought to you by Global Sports Entertainment 3, captain, CEO of this ship. I wish I was more enthusiastic, but like, subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Rewind _GSC3, as well as follow us on all of our social media platforms at The Rewind _GSC3. All the love and support, thank you so much. But I come begging, asking for more help or love and support, because I don't know how to call it. I guess maybe this is a redirection. Maybe it's maybe I deserve this. I don't know. I really don't. I'm stunned over the last 48 hours of chaos, tragedy. And I ain't talking about the Middle East wars. I'm talking about me. My Instagram has been dismantled, gone, terminated. I've had that account probably since 6th grade, maybe 7th grade, back when, like, I don't know, iPhone 3GS was out. I don't remember, but it's officially out of commission for whatever reason. I made an appeal. Instagram, I guess, denied my appeal, and it's like, your account is permanently disabled. So I had to create a new one, and I have 2 followers. So all the love, sharing, following, all of my hard work that I've posted on there from, I guess, 55 episodes of work with Chris and 1990 Studios, and all the flyers and the content that was created, and everything gone, poof. And I just don't know. I was excited for this episode, bracket reveal, round of 68 announced, first four in, last four in, World Baseball Classic. And I was like, damn, I'm excited. Got a good guest tonight, really great guest. Known him for a few years now. And that really pissed me off. I must be honest. I mean, yes, you can rebuild. You can start from scratch, which I'm looking forward to doing because I really don't have a choice. But that's years of work. The followers, the people that followed me, the love that I've received. That's earned, not given, right? And fortunately, as they say, God closes one door, it opens another. So I'm going to remain positive. Push, right? Push, pray until something happens. And all is well, and all will be well. It's not the end of the world, right? It could be worse. We got folks out here homeless, struggling. I'm sitting over here angry over a social media account that does not matter. It's not real life. So we'll get back to, actually, I'm confident we'll surpass where I was. But all grace to the good Lord. It's good to be here. Episode 56. And we're going to have a great episode tonight. We're not going to allow the devil and his devilish ways, because, the devil's always working, to stop us what we have going on. And we're going to get back. We're going to keep putting in the work. I want to give a special shout out to our guest from last week, Mr. Tom McCown. Gave us man of his word. Again, as I say, if people want to see you win, they will help you win. Actions must always align with words. And I asked him for a copy, signed copy, and Tom delivered. So, Tom, I appreciate you shipping this all the way down from Texas. And we got David Nagel in here, former director of PR for ESPN. Matt Daughtry, former head coach, University of North Carolina, Tar Heels. We got Carolyn James, editor and publisher. And Tom is a man of his word. And he shipped me his book, which you guys can go get on Amazon, which is in our description. On episode 55, we had former NBA star Kenny Anderson as well. So, Tom, appreciate you. I love you. I thank you. I look forward to reading this at some point. I promise I will read it. And I'm excited for tonight, but I need to sip on the BS that's transpired over the last 48 hours. So give me a minute. Oh, man, but it's all good. All good. Like our guy Pat said, fresh content, fresh start. And we're going to keep this train rolling regardless, rather people like it or not. In life, you have folks that's just preying on your downfall, right? You got people in life that don't want to see you win, and negative people and all the negative things that goes on in this world on a daily basis. So it's a blessing. Hey, look, it is what it is. Nothing like I can do to control it. I did my part. I controlled the controllables, but I have another opportunity to start over, and there's nothing like a fresh start. There's nothing like starting over again. So, but this time we're going to do it right. All right, we're going to do this thing right. So all grace to the good Lord. Let's get our co-host in here. Temple alum, Chicago's finest, 4-time state champion, over 400 career wins in his co-head coaching basketball career. He's coached over 20 years. He's coached both football and basketball, and he's also inducted into the Newark Hall of Fame. And the month of April will be exciting, of course, that I'll announce when we get there. And let's welcome in BG Bryan Garvin. He's in the house. Bryant, hello, sir. Greetings. Welcome to March Madness. How are you?
Greetings, Monty Moss. I got to turn around. I got to check to make sure that Junior back here didn't report you, because that is some bullshit. I got to make sure I ain't got no kids or nothing going on in here.
A lot of folks have said that it's BS. A lot of folks. It's a mystery to me, because I'm like, we on this channel don't do anything like that. It's all 100% sports, unless it's that comment I made about Brick Brunson. I mean, I can't. Brick Brunson. It's possible.
It's possible. It's possible.
As they say, if they can't get one, they're gonna try and get the other.
Try to get the other. Yep.
The other.
Yeah.
I guess I've been taken out by default.
Yeah,
but it is what it is, man. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Cry? Moan? I mean, I was close to 5,000 followers, but who cares? I'm gonna surpass that. I'm gonna be at the mountaintop, speaking into existence. But it's full of shit. Okay, it's full of shit what y'all done to me. They're gonna at least let me have the opportunity to take all my content and bring it over, swap it over. You know what I mean? That's a year and a half of work down the drain. I mean, thank God they didn't take the rewind page. I mean, knock on wood. Shit, you don't know what these folks do these days, but we good. We good. We good.
Those clips, did they move the clips from Facebook too?
No.
Okay.
Don't even give the universe that thought. The devil's working.
Yeah.
All right. As they say, I may not be there yet, but I am closer than what I was yesterday. And as I rebuild my Instagram brick by brick, piece by piece, stone by stone, rock by rock, mountaintop by mountaintop, we're going to get back to where it was. And then some. So,
hey, I did
almost, it. That's right. Because your Instagram, somebody hacked it, right?
It was hacked. It was completely just, I had like 2,000 followers before we did this, and it's just wham, it's just gone. I'm just like, I can't get into it, and all kind of stuff was going on. So
thank you to whoever's sharing your new account in all my chat groups. Please do. All right, please do. I need all the help I can get. And I'm confident. I'm not going to let social media, again, it's an app, but it's a tool. It's how you use it. And I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm well confident, and I will have more and more and more than what I've had. So sometimes, God's got to take something away from you in order to give you something back special. You know what I mean? And John, I'm going to hang in. I'm not worried. It's fucking Instagram. I'm more pissed at the content and work that was tarnished than a damn account. You know what I mean? Accounts can be created left and right, but the content that was on the account, the revolution from 2013 or 12, whenever I created that account till now, I mean, that's years, man. That's years of just building a social media presence, social media following. But it is.
I like that upgrade. Now you can see people talking. It while we on here. I saw it last year. Last one. I didn't see it.
It's been here for a while.
But nobody was using it. So now I
it has. You just haven't been paying attention.
Well, I guess I'm knee deep into the conversation. Like I'm into this one.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, I'm gonna listen, all you guys out there that got social media and Instagrams, all right, shout outs. All right. This is gonna tell me who really loved me, who really got love for your boy. It's gonna give me shout outs. I need to get back on the train again. So that just really pissed me off. Really, really pissed me off. But all grace to the good Lord. Pray until something happens. God's got me covered. Let's get into it. It's March, as you didn't know, but before we bring on our guests, I want to give a well-deserved round of applause and congratulations finally on the WNBA reaching an agreement with the CBA with announcing that the revenue is up. The minimum the revenue that the players will make will be far more than what they currently are making. The league minimum for a WNBA player salary would be $300,000, and the highest, the supermax, is going to be $1.5 million, in which we know that A'ja Wilson, star of the WNBA, as well as the Las Vegas Aces and greatest WNBA player to walk across God's green earth when it's all said and done. That's right, I said it. Is getting ready to sign a contract extension to Supermax, where she will be the first WNBA player in history to sign that extension at $1.5 million. And of course, we know the sales tax in Las Vegas. So congratulations again to all the WNBA players, all the league, the commissioner, Kathy, of course, to be able to finally, after months of negotiations, to get a deal done and pretty much right on time for the WNBA season to return. So it would have been a tragedy if I didn't. I almost wore my Aces gear tonight, but I was like, you know what? That will come at a later date. No worries on that. And I want to give a special happy birthday shout out to my dog, Sean, who celebrated his birthday on Tuesday. Happy birthday, Sean. And Pat, his little man, had a birthday a few weeks ago. I said last week I was going to give an announcement. Shame on me that I didn't. But Pat, I didn't forget. Happy birthday to your little man. Shout out to Pat and his family as they celebrate the birthday of the young one. And shout out to for Instagram giving me another opportunity to be great. Thank you. Thank you, Bryant. I know how you feel now. I know how all the other folks out there feel when their account's taken away and the hard work is gone and you got to start over from scratch. I know how you feel. But guess what? God's giving me another opportunity. So, one more time, Chris. One more time, because I need that. I need it for my spirit. I need it for my. We'll be back, folks. Instagram. We'll be back. No pun intended. Let's get our guests in here. Robert, my main man, owns an insurance agency and is known as the Insurance Doctor, a foodie whose family is from Sicily. Rob has led over 20 pizza crawls across New York City. A published author, Robert has written numerous columns about sports, finance, music, and world travel for local newspapers and a monthly column for the Queen's Chamber of Commerce magazine. Robert was a ball boy at the U.S. Open Tennis in Flushing, Queens, and has visited all 7 continents. Rob admits to being a former reformed fantasy sports addict. Robert's father, a Fordham alum, was the Little League commissioner and coached him in baseball and basketball. His mother had to drop out of St. John's to deliver Rob as a teenage junior in high school in Queens, where he played baseball and tennis. He was also on the physical fitness team. In college, Rob walked into Lehigh basketball team but didn't finish his freshman season due to disagreements with then coach Fran McCaffrey, who's now the coach at Penn, former Iowa coach. Robert has only 3 degrees of separation from Caitlin Clark. And as you can see, photo here, we got my main man Rob representing Michigan, go blue. My dog Sean, whose birthday was on Tuesday. And, of course, Mark Welch, who's down in Tampa, Florida. But welcome in my guy, New York's Queens finest and Michigan, proud Michigan fan. Let me say it louder for Chris. A proud Michigan fan. Robert joins the show here on episode 56. Rob, welcome into the Rewind, brother. Good to see you. March Madness edition as we do our bracket breakdown. Welcome to the show, my man. How are you?
Thanks, Monty. I appreciate it, man. I've watched your show. I like your show. And, you got your rant out, so you should be feeling fully self-expressed.
I feel better.
You should. And I'm going to tell you that after the biggest breakthroughs come after the biggest breakdowns, man. So you got
wait. Hold on. Let me write that down. Say that one more time.
For you, man. This is your first show. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Monty.
Say that one more time. Biggest what? Biggest breakdown.
Biggest breakthroughs come after the biggest breakdowns.
Breakthrough.
So you just had a breakdown. You got something big coming, man. You got something big coming. Yeah, Chris. So get that rant out.
I had to write that down. You damn right. You did, man.
Snap you right out of it, man.
That's good, man. Hey, look, one thing about Rob, I will say, for the folks that may not know him, a true loyalist. He is a GSE 3 original member. I would say made member, but that'd be something different. When we first started the group.
Talk a little bit about that. Just remind me to tell you something about I have an announcement about Shaquille O'Neal that's related to what you just said. Before we're done, before you're done.
No worries. I got it. I got it written down. Right. A good host knows. But Rob's been a loyal member since we started this thing in 2020. And he's been a loyal member of the group, shares, likes, comments, does his part despite, being the insurance doctor. At least I know who to call. And if you guys don't know who to call Rob. He knows somebody who knows somebody. He knows a guy. He's Italian. He knows a guy. Rob, I appreciate you coming on. Long overdue. But again, divine alignment. The alignment was right on time. I didn't expect you to come on after the tragedy I went through the last 48 hours, but that's okay. The biggest breakthrough comes after the biggest breakdown. I like that. I like that. Divine alignment, baby. Divine alignment. But let's get this thing cracking. March Madness edition, because guess what? We sleep in March. We sleep in May. We are live. We doing 24 hours in March because it's about to get crazy after tonight. The last 4 games. Tournament officially kicks off tomorrow, March 19th. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about tonight in this bracket. But before we do that, we'll get a recap of the first 4 games from yesterday, including Howard making history, making his first appearance in the NCAA tournament after beating UMBC 86-83. Howard making another consecutive NCAA appearance, but the first one where they get out of the first 4 and they have a date with, of course, the Michigan Wolverines. I am sorry. But I want to give a special shout out to Howard after pretty much having successful years, year in and year out. I'm not going to tell you the skies that's in all this for Howard. That's a story for another day. But then we take a look at Texas and North Carolina State. Texas sneaking on out of the back door with a 2-point win over North Carolina State last night. And it's going to be exciting. 68-66 was your final. North Carolina State is one of Bryant's favorite teams because last year they were coached by no other than American gangster Will Wade. And then Bryan said last year, you're going to see a team like McNeese State in the Final Four. Will Wade then leaves McNeese State. And it's funny, McNeese State is in the tournament, the team that Will Wade used to coach, and now Will Wade's the coach of NC State, and they set their ass packing. So Texas Longhorns with of course, Coach Sean Miller, they will advance to join the rest of the field of 68 for the tournament, and we are excited about that. So, gentlemen, we know the bracket, we know the seedings. Do you guys have any thoughts on any seedings that you may not agree with? Because I'll start with myself. I am really, really, really disappointed in the committee with ranking St. John's at number 5. I thought that was a disrespectful thing to do as a committee. St. John's is the same team that also beat UConn 2 out of 3 times, was the Big East outright champion, won the Big East tournament. Yes, quad 1 wins is something the committee is really high on. They don't have as much compared to UConn, but the fact that they are a 5 seed, they should easily, without question, and I can compare resumes when I look at the 3 seeds, they should be minimum a 3 seed, 4 seed at worst. Rob, you're Johnny's fan. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I wasn't too happy when the 5 came out because we were projected as a 5 before the Big East tournament started. So I'm saying to myself, you beat UConn by 20 and it doesn't count? Come on, man.
And then on top of that, you put them in the same, East region. I was really surprised also when I look at this bracket, and it's no shade. It's really no shade toward this school. But I'm I don't want to start too early because I may piss some folks off. But Kentucky at 7, I thought the Wildcats should at least been a lower, at least maybe 8 seed. Again, resumes matter, quad 1 wins matter. Them being in the SEC and the play that they have this year matters. I can go down a whole rabbit hole on why they shouldn't. But those are really 2 seeds that stand out to me. I think High Point at a 12 seed, I would have liked High Point to be maybe a 10, maybe 11 at most. They've had a really good year, 30-4. But then that would go into the argument of who have they played, how many quad 1 wins do they have, rankings, et cetera, et cetera. Brian, are you surprised with any of the seedings, or do you think the committee got it right with all the seedings that we have here in the field of 68?
I think they kind of got them right, but I don't think that they shuffled the deck of cards the right way. The East is just
loaded.
It's just loaded. It makes no sense to put all these great teams in one area. They could have very easily still gave St. John's the 5 seed, but yet put them down in the South region. It would have been more of a little bit more balancing than anything. I think they had a couple of those guys wrong. They should have moved around to kind of balance this thing out. Because Vandy could have very easily been in the East and gave everybody at least an even opportunity to get to the Final 4. These guys are basically going to be beating up on each other, and hopefully, injury free.
You would think.
And the South region, in my opinion, is probably the weakest one of them all. It's to get to the Final 4 until you get to maybe possibly the Elite 8, and that's when things get busy. But you're looking at the East. The East, you're getting busy from out the gate, and it's just the round of 32. You're going to have some fantastic finishes from 32 on. It's just going to be a war, and my focus this year is basically going to be in that East. The rest of it is almost kind of writes itself. You're going to maybe have 1 or 2 upsets, but that East is hard to pick. It's a head scratcher. I'm like, usually I know I can figure it out. I've seen just about every team in the East. I think I have, yes, and it was difficult. It can go either way. They play great defense at these teams. Offensively, they're very gifted and athletic. I don't know. And I said early on, I didn't see St. John's getting to the Sweet 16, but it depends on how they seed it. And now they put them in the East.
You're right, Bryant, because again, I can make the argument for the Southwest and Midwest regions pretty much being, I'm not going to say a cakewalk for number 1 seeds, but I'm going to say it could potentially be a cakewalk for number 1 seeds in terms of opponent strength. But the fact that you have Duke, St. John's, UConn, Michigan State, and Kansas all in one side of the bracket, it's like kill or be killed. And again, for the sake of competition, yes, we as fans want to see that, but come on. I mean,
it's tough, man. I as a coach, I love playing against competition, but I wouldn't want that.
It's too early. Too early.
It's just too early. I wouldn't want that. And this is why. If you're in the ACC, if you're in the Big Ten, if you're in all these other Power 5 conferences, you play that anyway. So why would you want to go into the tournament and play that back to back to back to back again? It just makes no sense to me. But who am I?
Well, we talk about sleepers.
You're a Hall of Famer.
You're a Hall of Fame.
Hey, look, that's like playing in a watch-on conference back in the day when we used to sit there and basically playing the top tier teams at the gate. It's tough. It's hard, man. We always had injuries.
Railroaded, Monty. They railroaded us, man.
Yeah, they did. Hey, look, Slick Rick can't get out of this one.
You're saying about the seating, and then you jump on St. John's. You don't even allow me to go with St. John's and unload. Like
I'm just saying, that's the first. That's the first seed. Like again, I watched Selection Sunday, right? And I see the seedings, how they fall, and I see St. John's at 5. I said, "Oh shit, they got the no, that is not supposed to happen."
I'm about to call Rob. I'm about to call Rob DMC.
Spit on the mic, but that's a different conversation. Monty, St. John's, we were a 5 seed before the Big East tournament, man. You beat UConn, but I will say if you can't compare us to UConn because they beat Florida, they beat some really good teams, and we lost those games by 1 point. We lost to Iowa State by 1. We lost to Michigan and I was at that game at the Garden in a scrimmage by 1. And that was one of the best games of the year, and it didn't even count.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure didn't. Do you guys see any sleepers in this year's tournament? I know I said it last week. The year of Cinderellas is pretty much over. The NIL has enforced its will. So I believe that the year of Cinderella.
Talk about the NIL for a second. Just something I've been dying to get out. I got to get. This is my rant.
Rant it.
All right. So for NIL's driving the game. The NIL is driving the NCAA, in my opinion. Number one. Number two. Kentucky probably got that ranking because that's a $22 million team, man. It's the worst team money could buy. So it could be a little NIL there. But a lot of people don't know that international players don't get NIL money. So it's interesting if you look at some of the roster constructions in some of these teams. Let's just talk about my St. John's for a minute. There's a guy that people don't know about this year, but you'll know who he is next year, a guy by the name of Ruben Prey. Now, he's an overseas player from Portugal, 6'10" with a 7-foot wingspan. He's Zuby's backup, but next year he's going to unload on guys, and he's not getting paid. And the most famous guy that didn't get paid was Zach Edey. And a lot of people don't understand because it's connected to the F1 visa. So there are restrictions on their international visa where they can't get active income. They can't get direct income, only passive income. So, I think it's a good and interesting. I know Mark Few has a lot of international guys at Gonzaga. I think it's an interesting thing to consider when you're constructing a team. So that's my NIL mini rant right there, man.
Well, here's a question I have with the foreign players. If those guys up there, they can play in a professional league at the age of 14, 15, and 16, correct?
Yeah.
So are they getting paid through the professional leagues that way earlier on before?
That's a good question. That's a real good question. I don't know.
Right. So if that's we can consider.
Well, you can't say they got paid before, so we're not going to pay them. These guys are generating income.
Right, but at least they're getting some money from up in their league, and then they can come over, but they can't get paid, which is bad. So that's a tough situation. Whether you stay there now in your country and play all the way through, and go
what kind of money Zach Edey would be making right now if he was still in college? A ton. Whew. Big money, man.
A ton.
Sleepers. Do you guys see any sleepers in this year's tournament?
Oh yeah, I got some sleepers, man.
Who are they?
Okay. Well,
I know you're gonna. Is that
how deep? How deep? You're talking about teams that are going to win 2 games.
I'm saying sleepers in terms of teams that can potentially shock some people and maybe Sweet 16. I don't think the Elite 8, but I'm just gonna say the ceiling being the Sweet 16.
Okay.
And Iowa State does not count.
Of course not. There were 2. That's no sleeper, man. That team plays. Well, I got SMU in the suite. I got SMU winning 2 games.
Okay. I think South Florida is a potential sleeper, only because I'm confident that they can beat Louisville in the first round. I truly am.
Louisville, one of their star players is out. It was just announced.
Yes, and I do not fear Louisville in the tournament.
I'm going to tell you something interesting about Louisville, though. So the over the last, I think, 25 NCAAs, every team that's won it has been in the top 25 of the Ken Palm ratings, offensively and defensively. And Louisville is on that short list of 9 teams that's in the top, I believe, the top 30 offensively and defensive efficiency ratings.
One of the reasons why go ahead, Bryant.
Let me ask you this question. What league does South Florida play in?
Does that matter?
Yes, it does.
They're in a tournament, right?
No, but it matters. Because it's the same reason why Miami of Ohio's in there.
No,
I'm asking.
no.
I'm asking. What league do they play in? Is it the same one as Temple playing?
They're not in the A10.
No, Temple's not in the A10. They're in the AAC.
You should know this. You watch college basketball, right?
Yeah, but I'm asking you. You should know this, Mr. CEO.
It's funny how he flips it back on me.
It's the American Conference. The American Conference.
Right, the AAC. Right. So the AAC is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Because I watched Temple play against South Florida, and it was terrible. I don't see Louisville. Louisville can play with their pitch. I don't see Louisville losing to South Florida. I just don't.
Okay.
I just don't. I don't see it happening. Just because the AAC is.
Tell me a sleeper, and I'll tell you you're wrong.
Well, I don't really have any sleeper. I can just.
You don't have a sleeper in this you don't see a sleeper in this tournament.
Maybe Utah State. Maybe I don't know. This is. I don't know. I don't in my brackets. Usually I get 1 or 2.
Oh, what happened last year? You were so big on McNeese State being.
And McNeese State was given hell.
Okay, so nobody.
There's no McNeese State this year.
Oh, you're correcting your mistake from last year. Got it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. It wasn't. They almost got to that point. It was just what it is. My man came in there with his radio, and they was doing their thing.
Oh,
it's just what it is.
I remember that. Yeah, that was good.
It was very, very good. But no, this year,
I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one.
Who?
VCU. I mean,
North Carolina.
I'll only say. I mean, of course, everybody's gonna have them out in the first round. But I'll only say that because again, you have to play your best coming into the tournament, right? They won their last 16 to 17 games before first round of play. They have a pretty good depth on their bench, deep rotation. They're a streaky team, right? I've seen them play a few times this year. They're a streaky team. They can shoot. Now, again, we've seen at times where we thought North Carolina this year would win some games that Hubert Davis and them lost. And I know Caleb Wilson is their guy, but I'm just saying sleepers. You got to throw sleepers out there. Don't mean that they're going to win.
Hubert Davis loses that game, he's fired.
I got Vanderbilt in the final 8, the Elite 8. How about that?
I'm not mad at that.
See, I'm not mad at that one. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
I got Purdue in the final 4.
Well, I'm not mad at that at all.
So
beating Arizona.
I got St. John's in the final 4 beating UConn. How about that?
Oh,
I'm mad at that.
I wouldn't be mad, man.
Hey, I ain't got St. John's.
I don't know about that one right there.
I'd like to hear, man. I like to hear.
Listen. I'm gonna give you a fun fact, right? UConn lost to St. John's in 2023, same cycle, right? And they went on to win a national championship. So Hurley,
man, they're really good in the tournament.
Hurley, despite his Big East tournament success, which is near here nor say, if there's one thing he knows how to do as a 2-time national champion is prepare his team for a Final Four run. UConn has the pieces, I'm telling you, to put this loss behind them.
Definitely.
Losing by 20. If anything, that's all the motivation that you need going into the tournament is a nice reality check. You know what I mean? And get ready for a run because UConn's got, Caliban, listen, they got the front court.
I got them beating Michigan State in the Elite Eight, UConn.
Okay, wait, don't give all your predictions yet. We haven't even gone through the
flavor. You're asking for flavor, you're getting it.
So you have St. John's asking for flavor. I'm giving it. You have St. John's in the Final Four, beating, of course, UConn. But let me ask you this: how far do you see St. John's actually going, coming into the tournament, being the Big East champion, beating UConn by 20 plus points at the Garden? Where do you see St. John's going?
Before I thought they would. It depends on the seed. It's all about matchups and where they were seeded. Like Bryan said before, I don't prognosticate until the draft comes out. Until once the brackets come out,
you got the bracket.
I got Johnny's make it to the Final Four, and I got them losing to Houston.
You got them losing to Houston. Okay,
and I feel like Duke is vulnerable right now.
Duke is vulnerable with injuries. Injuries,
guys that are banged up, and everyone's gunning for Duke, man.
Yes, everyone's gunning.
So I think the TCU, Ohio State, team, they're going to lose to Duke, but they'll soften them up a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good point. I
got Ohio State chipping away at Duke a little bit, losing close.
Losing close to the Dukies. All right,
yeah, Ohio State physical team.
Let's turn up the heat. As Jim Ross said, business is about to pick up. So let's take a dive into picks from each region, one by one, bracket by bracket, East, South, West, and Midwest. Let's just go around the room. I'm going to actually do my bracket live here, and I will post it after tonight's episode so America can see that I did this live with no biasism, not being biased, from what I know, what I see from the tape, and my own expertise. So we'll start with the East. We all have Duke.
Man, don't look at mine before you throw yours out.
I have over 23 people who signed up for the bracket challenge
for grade school, man.
GSE 3. Don't worry, I'm not looking at the answers to any of your tests.
Right,
Let's all agree we have Duke over Siena. Yes.
The Saints are going down, man. The Saints are not
going down. Okay, Ohio State, TCU.
That's a tough call, man.
I have TCU because it's fuck Ohio State. I'm sorry. TCU.
No, the frogs are tough, man. I deliberated over this, but I got Ohio State in a nail biter.
All right, Bryant.
I got Ohio State.
All right, I'll take TCU. I'll be the kryptonite. St. John's in Northern Iowa. Johnny's.
St. John's.
Fantastic. Kansas and Cal Baptist. Cal Baptist. Man, you guys have had a great year. I'm just sorry. Kansas. Bill Self knows what to do. I'm taking Kansas. Agree?
I'm gonna take Kansas, but I'm gonna tell you about that game. That game is not going to be a blowout until the end. It's going to be a. They
will pull away second half.
Yeah, the second half. It's that first half is going to be a bitch.
Okay, Louisville, South Florida.
I'm taking Louisville.
All right, that's my first upset.
I got South Florida there. I got South
My
Florida.
man, Rob. I love you. Thank you, brother.
Louisville's banged up.
Louisville's banged up indeed.
And the guard
we know Tom Izzo and the success. Whoa. Hang on. North Dakota State.
Monty.
Solo shot, Chris.
Monty.
Hang on. Listen. Hang on. North Dakota State. I want to give a special shout out on a tremendous will of overcoming adversity to one of North Dakota State, one of their best players by far this year, the engine, the motor, just his tenacity on the court and off both ends of the floor. Markai Strickland. If you don't know about Markai, started at St. Louis, that didn't work out, transferred JUCO, then transferred again to oh my God, the school in Michigan. I don't know. Blame me. I'm not prepared. Then transfers again to North Dakota State. But if you don't know his story and what he's done and the work he has to put in to get to this moment here, this point in time, then please, this is one of the country's. It's a great story, right? And people in newspapers, they love great stories. That's something they should write about. He's been a tremendous player for North Dakota State this year. I mean, with his energy, I mean, the putback dunks. I mean, him going out there, working on his game, sacrificing his summers, mentally going through all the struggles, overcoming adversity, being told no, sitting on a bench, watching the game from afar, but still having the will to win, the discipline to get better. He's earned this moment. His team has also earned this moment. His coach has a lot of trust in him at 27-7. It speaks for itself, but unfortunately they have a date with Tom Izzo and the Michigan State Spartans. Now, gentlemen, picks, please. Who are you taking?
Death, taxes, and Michigan State in the Sweet 16.
Izzo.
He's Italian, man.
Mark, I love you. I love you deeply. I'm in my other bracket, I got North Dakota State. But live, I got Michigan State. I love you, brother. I love you. And good luck tomorrow. You guys deserve it. Michigan State. All right. UCLA, UCF. I'm taking UCF. UCLA has just been suspect. I don't trust them a lick. I mean, Cronin I'm just tired of hearing his press conferences about everything that goes wrong when they lose. I mean, the guy's just an angry coach. I mean, have some accountability for what you and your staff put together in terms of a game plan on the court. I mean, yes, coaches got a game plan, but players got to execute. And listen, they've been much better late in the season. They have a ton of experience, of course. They have a strong defense, being one of the premier defenses in the country. I just don't know if they can sneak into the Sweet 16. I just don't know. But I got UCF. Who are you guys taking?
I have I got to take UCLA because Cronin's a friend of mine. So
you know what? I'm gonna take UCLA because their next opponent will take care of them for me. No problem.
You're right. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
I'm gonna take UCF.
Yes.
But I will tell you, Cronin him and Frank Martin, the two most intense guys I've ever seen in my life, man.
Yes.
Shout out to Coach Frank Martin. I'm
not sure if today's players really react well to the screamers like that.
No, well.
So I think that could be part of it, man. It's just hard. It's
possible.
It's hard to coach. I'm old school. It's hard to coach today's players, man.
It is.
So I'm gonna put that out there. The screamers, those guys aren't doing well these days, man.
Yeah.
So next we have Florida at 26-7, 1 seed. They'll play the winner of Lehigh, which in Pierreview A&M, which is I believe tipping off tonight, the second game on the first four. So I'm going to take Florida in that game. Agree or disagree? We all agree.
Monty, you're killing me right now. Lehigh just lost by 12.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. Oh,
yeah, Lehigh lost.
Damn.
CJ McCollum.
Another season down the drain, man. Can't hit threes. Big soft.
Hey, look.
Hank Alvey, our bigs are soft, man. It's hard to watch, and I'm glad I was waiting for you instead of watching the end of that game.
What?
Yeah.
Clemson and Iowa.
Prairie View, freaking Panthers. They're going to get spanked anyhow. They're getting spanked by Florida anyhow.
Lehigh lost to an HBCU.
Shout out to the HBCUs, baby.
Prairie View was pretty good, man.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are.
Clemson and Iowa.
I get Iowa.
I do too.
It's just something about Big Ten basketball and tournament. It's just something always about them. Vanderbilt and McNeese State. Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, McNeese. It won't be a Final Four run this year. Nebraska and Troy.
I like Vandy. I like upperclassmen guards. I like experienced guard play, and Vandy has it.
They sure do. They absolutely do. Nebraska, Troy.
I like Nebraska. Nebraska gave Michigan absolute hell.
Absolutely, yes. And the Cornhuskers get their first ever tournament win.
Yes,
they do. Shout out to former Bulls coach former Bulls coach, Coach Fred, who's a former Bulls coach, who's now the head coach at Nebraska for a few years. And he's had more success in Nebraska than he's done with the Chicago Bulls. Is it the organization or the coach? I'm not sure. We'll figure it out another day.
Yeah.
Frank Harburg. Shout out to Coach Harburg.
Good jump shot, man. Good jump.
He did.
Catch and shoot.
UNC VCU.
That's your squad right there, man.
UNC. I love VCU.
You're VCU,
I wouldn't be surprised if VCU wins. I wouldn't be surprised.
Smart's gone, man.
But I'm going to take UNC, and they're 27-7 without him.
Yeah, he's going to get fired if he loses that game.
Illinois and Penn. Coach Rob knows the head coach of Penn really well.
Sore spot with me right now. Very sore spot. Illinois is gonna spank Penn, man, like a step child. They're gonna get spanked 2 times, licking your fingers first, man.
St. Mary's and Texas A&M. I like St. Mary's.
The Penn coach is a screamer. I can tell you that.
He's had success everywhere he's went. He left Iowa in great hands. Clearly, Iowa's in a tournament.
Just saying.
St. Mary's, Texas A&M. There's something about St. Mary's. They control the
pace. They control the pace. Very hard team to play.
Good guard play.
I got Texas A&M.
Of course you do.
That's a match. That's a toss-up game.
Yes, it is.
Houston, Idaho. We all have Houston. That's Oregon. Switching gears, we go to the West and Midwest. I like Arizona over Long Island, even though I don't want to take away the season that Rod Strickland has had with his squad, being there for a few years now at 24-10. He's earned the right to be in the tournament with his team. I'm happy, but there's just a job that Tommy Lloyd in Arizona has done for Arizona. I'll talk about them as we get later on to the bracket, but I have Arizona over Long Island. We can all agree on that.
Correct.
Fantastic. Villanova, Utah State.
I hate Villanova.
Why?
I cannot stand. You want to know why? I despise their head coach. I cannot stand him. I hate him with a passion. I would take Utah State all day, every day to win that game. They may have a prayer warrior for me so they can win that game. There's no question.
They'll have a date. They'll have a date. You'll see what they have a date with after that. Yeah. Wisconsin and High Point.
We got Utah State as well.
Okay. Wisconsin, High Point.
Come on, man.
I'm just asking. I got Wisconsin.
Everybody has Wisconsin.
High Point already had the high point of their season. They made the tournament.
That's it.
30-4.
Get the fishing rod out.
Arkansas, Hawaii. I like Arkansas.
Me too.
Coach Cal's done a tremendous job. Congratulations on winning another SEC title.
Darius Acuff is a top 5 player.
Wagner, man, what he did in that final, the SEC tournament, man. If it wasn't for DJ Wagner, they would have lost. They would have lost. Yes, the numbers aren't as static in the box sheet, but if you watch the game, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with his play. And just what he was able to do to uplift Arkansas and that last 6 minutes of that second half of that game. Give me Arkansas. BYU against Texas. Give me BYU.
I got Texas in an upset, man.
No.
Yeah.
First upset?
Yeah. Bring it. You want to know why?
Why?
I bet you do. What about, you ever hear Richie Saunders, man? I'm not talking about Saunders. Talk about Richie. He's the heart. He's the glue, man. He's the straw that stirs that drink. Right? He's a senior. He's been in that team for 4 years, man. He gets 15 a game. He's hurt. He's out. And let me tell you what else, man. Robert Wright III, okay? He's a pretty good point guard, right?
Pretty good.
He was the point guard. I saw him play in person 3 times. He played for Montverde. He was the point guard on the Cooper Flag team, right? Then he went to Baylor, played 1 year.
Didn't work out.
He didn't work out because he's got some issues he is still not corrected, which is over dribbling, and he's a shoot first point guard. So what's happening over in BYU is Wright is handling the ball too much. AJ needs the ball in his hand more. So they should be sharing who's too much Robert Wright, man. He's not creating for other players. So I got them losing, man, because they don't know how to win at the end of the game against some tough defense, man. They're going to lose.
All right. That's our first upset so far in the tournament.
Man. Take a look at his numbers.
Rob has Texas beating BYU. Gonzaga
I had them before they won that game too. That first game, just so you know.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I'm really not that high on BYU at all. I know that one kid there is he's talented, but I got them winning one game, but then gone anyway.
Well, if it wasn't for NIL, AJ DeBansa, who I saw play as a junior in person, I mean, he would never be going to BYU if it wasn't for NIL.
Right, correct.
No, he sure wouldn't have.
That's all NIL.
That is correct. Yep.
That's it. Money talks. Gonzaga and Kennesaw State.
Zags.
So Gonzaga does a good time to get that free international talent, man.
Man, they get a free ticket to the tournament every year.
They get a lot of free talent. They get those bigs from overseas, man.
You talk about weak conference.
Yeah, that conference is.
But I think
terrible.
they're a little better this year.
Shout out to Coach Lav, who's the head coach in that conference of San Diego. Shout out to Coach Lav. Love that guy. Miami and Missouri. I've loved the season that Miami has had in the ACC with head coach John Lucas, son of his dad, John Lucas, who used to play the NBA and also he's a coach in the NBA. He's done a tremendous job being on the staff last year with John Shire and Duke. He got the opportunity to learn what it takes to run a top-tier Division I program like the Duke Blue Devils, and no better way to transition into being a first-year head coach for the Miami Hurricanes, who has a lot of NIL money. And he's earned the right to be here at 25-8, being the 7th seed in the tournament. I like Miami over Missouri. Experience matters, and I'm excited for the run that Miami could potentially go on.
John Lucas Sr. also was a pro tennis player level tennis player and did a lot for the community with drug rehab counseling, man. I'm a big fan of John Lucas Sr.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
But that's not going to help Junior because I got them losing, man.
Oh, he's got them lose to Missouri. All right, that's fair. That's your first.
I know they got two losses, man. They play tough games daily.
All right, no problem. Let's put a pie on that.
Put a pie on it, man.
Let's put a pie on it. That's what I'm talking about. Miami and Missouri. Let's get it, baby.
You got that. I'm not even going to take points, man.
No problem. No, straight up. Win or loss. Money line.
I know your team's favorite. That's why I'm not even going to take points. That's how good I feel about it, man.
All right, let's do it. Purdue and Queens. I got Purdue. Purdue being the Big Ten champs. They deserve it. Michigan and Howard.
That's a no-brainer.
Okay, Bison is going down, man. But Bison are going down, but they great season.
Great season. Go blue.
That UNBC team, man, the Retrievers, they're the ones that they broke the rules. They beat Virginia. That's the first 16 to be in one, man. They got a little more tournament. They have a little tournament experience. So it's good win for Howard.
Georgia and St. Louis. I haven't been impressed with Georgia this year in the SEC, especially the games that they lost in the 10 games they lost, especially being, of course, Arkansas, Florida being one of the two that I've seen personally. I just don't have the confidence in Georgia to and I know St. Louis had a really good year at 28-5, but yeah. I just don't like Georgia here in the first round. I just don't like them. I'm taking St. Louis. My opinion. My pick.
I'm taking Georgia, but yet at the end of the day, this is a 50-50 game.
Absolutely.
100%.
St. Louis is very, 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 very good. They have
well coached.
Very well coached, well disciplined. Defensively, they play solid.
They're tough.
They're tough, man. Their guards are tough. Their bigs are fierce. And I can agree with you on the St. Louis pick, and I see why you're picking them.
I know you do.
I'm not a fan of Georgia at all because of the SEC. I picked them on this sheet, but I picked St. Louis on the other ones that I have because of the 50-50.
That other sheet.
But I'm just going to stick with the Georgia call, but I really do like St. Louis.
No problem. We'll come back to that. I do know one thing for certain and two things for sure. Jeremiah Wilkinson, the guard for Georgia, averaging over 17 points a game. He needs to have at least 17 points or better for Georgia to have a shot to beat St. Louis. But it can go either way. I agree with you, Brian, on that. Texas Tech and Arkansas. Texas Tech.
Akron.
Zips. Akron. Again, I love the year that Akron's had. You can compare quad one wins, of course, conference play two different conferences. I do have Akron winning, but I would not be surprised or disagree if you guys were to take Texas Tech.
All right, so that's an interesting comment right there, because you got no JT Toppin on Texas Tech. He leads them in scoring and rebounding, but I still think they have enough to beat Akron. I'm going to take Texas Tech.
All right.
But I understand that's a logical upset, though. That you're upset.
It is.
I'm taking Akron on this one.
It's logical.
And as well as I took Texas Tech on my other sheet, but Akron on this one is because of the injuries, but yet because Akron, I saw them play Miami of Ohio twice. And the first time I saw them play, they lost to Miami of Ohio by, I think, about a point or two. And defensively, that team is extremely good. They are good. They're just small. And they're active as hell. Offensively, they can score. Miami, Ohio,
that's a good matchup then, because Miami's not that big either. They're not that physical.
Right. So it's a 50-50 matchup between. That's why the score was so close between the both of them.
Well, that Miami team also won 7 games, 1 possession or less. 7 games, man. You're not going to. You can only do that so many times.
So many times. That's without any question.
How many times in a season?
I think Akron is starting to peak. I think that win gave them a little bit of an edge. But again, we'll see.
It's a hard pick. It was a hard pick for me.
It is a hard pick.
I wanted Akron, but I had too many other upsets. I felt like.
Clearly, you got 2 already.
You got to pick your upsets, man.
Alabama and Hofstra. Now, let me tell you something. You're going to laugh at my pick, and I don't give a damn.
They're interesting.
Alabama is very, very, very suspect. Very suspect. That is reality. They are suspect.
How are they getting a 4 seed? Above
that is also criminal.
All right?
Right?
So you didn't bring that one up.
I'm going to take Hofstra for this because the job that Speedy Claxton has done, being the player when Jay Wright brought this team to the tournament many years ago, 2003, 2004, I believe. No, sorry, earlier than that maybe 2001, 2002, because Jay Wright was at Villanova 03, 04. Speedy Claxton has done a job that no one expected for Hofstra to be this year, especially being a tournament. And I know I'm one of them, right? Cruz Davis for Hofstra averaging over 20 points a game, leads the team in scoring. Alabama, I just don't see the size to be able to compete. It will be close because we know Nate Oates in the tournament. He's another good coach that has his team prepare in a tournament. But that's just one of my upsets. That's the upset I have question mark star on my bracket. And that's Hofstra over Alabama. Who do you guys like in that game?
I got Bama.
I got Bama, but I'm curious to know if you got Akron beating Texas Tech now.
I do.
Well, we will get there. Patience.
All right. Patience. I got Bama.
Tennessee and one of Bryan's favorite teams that we'll see if they win the first 4. That's Miami, Ohio. SMU, of course, without their star player. SMU 20-13 this year. Miami of Ohio 31-1, losing to Frank Martin's own in the conference championship, which pretty much ruined Miami's of Ohio's chance of being a seeded team. Now, Miami Ohio's head coach, who I really, really, really sometimes, if you just keep your mouth shut, silence is golden. But, however, it hasn't been because he's went on the rant to say that despite losing to UMass, he still believed that his team should have been seeded in a tournament and not to play in the first 4.
Well, they don't play anybody, man. They don't play anybody.
I'm just saying.
The conference is the 2 best teams in there is Akron and Miami, Ohio, and that's it.
Right. You got the Wally Zerbiaks.
Yeah.
That's
so it's they can shoot. I'm not. Look, I've watched them all year. They can shoot the freaking basketball, but there's no one playing defense in that conference. They just wide open shots and continuously over and over again. If you can check, see if who's winning right now between
43-38.
What is
Miami
it?
43-38, 18-10 in the second half.
I'm gonna tell you about Miami of Ohio. This is the best shooting team I've ever seen in college.
Yeah.
I looked up this year.
This year, and I'm saying there's no hands in their face because They're playing teams that don't play D or that aren't long on the wings. So I'm looking at this. They're scoring 91 points a game. That's first in the NCAA. They're shooting 52.6% field goal percentage as a team. That's first in the NCAA. They're 39.3% from three. That's first in the NCAA. 10.4 threes made per game. I mean, that shooting is ridiculous. They got 7 guys in double figures. 7.
They can.
I got them losing. How about that? I got them losing.
Hey, look, I was just getting ready to say, even if they can escape beating SMU, they won't have half of those numbers or percentages against Tennessee.
Shooting is self-confidence, and as soon as you start missing a few early, I think they're gonna go down, man.
The team that wears them out and make them play defense harder. Tennessee is going to win the game.
If they can escape out of SMU, which is now 46 of 40, 17-19 in the second half, Tennessee will take care of all of that. Don't even worry about it. Just saying. I mean, Rick Barnes, we know what he does in the tournament. And not that I'm saying
done that much.
I mean, the SEC was pretty good this year. It wasn't terrible. So you think Miami, Ohio can beat Tennessee?
I got SMU beating them.
There you go.
One of their stars,
there you go.
Nate Ament, okay?
He don't even have coming out of the first 4. There you go.
Nate Ament, man, who's a great player, but he's just a little skinny. He's still a boy physically, and he's a McDonald's All-American. If he stays one more year, he's gonna be dangerous. But I just think he gets muscled off the ball a little bit. You know, he's got to mature physically.
All right, let's speed this on up. Virginia and Wright State. I have Virginia.
Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Kentucky and Santa Clara. Now, I said Kentucky's been really suspect this year with Mark Pope, the head coach. 13 losses.
High, man. 22 million.
Worst team money can buy. And you know what? I have that in my other bracket. I have Santa Clara for the win.
They're good, man, Santa Clara.
I don't have it in me to say Kentucky. But I'm going to go with my gut because in life, the gut will never lie. So I'm going to put here Santa Clara over Kentucky. Mark Pope and the Wildcats go home.
Interesting.
I might get shot by Wildcat Nation, but
I got Kentucky.
All right, it's taking big blow.
Yeah, I got Kentucky.
All right, we'll come back to that. Yep. That's fine if I lose. It's not. Iowa State and Tennessee State. I know my good brother McLean is a Tennessee State alum, and I know that they are coached really well by a Duke alum. And listen, the job that the year that Tennessee State has had, it's been really, really, really remarkable being an HBCU school, having another HBCU school in the tournament. Nolan Smith having that championship experience, playing, and then, of course, being an assistant coach under Coach K at Duke. I think that matters in terms of experience, but it comes down to team versus team. It comes down to matchups and the confidence that you got to have going into to each game. Does not matter about seeds in a tournament, in my opinion. You have to be at your best. It's one and done for a reason. So I like Tennessee State to give Iowa State a fight. Iowa State at 27-7. They are a very dangerous team, but I have Iowa State advancing, beating Tennessee State. Agree?
Yeah, they got suffocating defense, Iowa State.
I'm gonna go out here and say one thing is that I'm impressed at the fact that you have 3 HBCUs in this tournament this year. And secondly, I would be so impressed if Prairie View upsets Florida. I would be it won't happen. Maybe not, but
hell no.
It would be great to see.
Well, with all the carnage that you have taken in the East region, I'm sure it would be nice if everything else were to just align and fall up. But it's a tournament. This is what we
don't know.
For.
That first round, you just don't know, man.
You just don't know. We go to the second round. Let's be quick here, gentlemen, and we can break this down once we get to the Elite Eight and Final Fours. Duke TCU.
Duke.
Oh, I'm sorry. Duke and Ohio State. Sorry, my bracket is different.
It's Duke regardless.
All right, Duke. St. John's in Kansas. This is where it gets tricky.
That Zuby going against his old team that put him on the bench. I was at the game. I was at the first game. It was Kansas, Zuby's freshman year, Kansas against St. John's. It was the first game at the UBS Center here in Long Island. And they were so messed up, the brand new center. They didn't have the scoreboard right. But St. John's they're gonna go after Kansas, man. Kansas is overrated. I got the Johnnies.
Kansas overrated. All right, he's got the Johnnies over Kansas. Bryant?
Johnny should be seated home.
Johnny's.
See, he agrees.
If I can get the Darren Peterson that I know I am looking forward to seeing,
I want to talk about Darren Peterson.
Flip a coin. Which one are you going to get?
I don't know. I don't know.
You realize that? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I got some Darren. I got to talk about some Darren Peterson, man.
I'm just saying. If I can get Darren Peterson of what I've seen earlier in the year, not low management Darren Peterson, and I know the job that Bill Self has done. Shout out to Victoria, love her, even though she's an Alabama fan of football. But anyway, but this is a great coaching matchup. I think in terms of this potential game that advances to the Sweet 16, both teams have size, both teams have depth in terms of guard play, and I know that Kansas is no sleeper, right? Trey White has been pretty consistent from Kansas with all the madness throughout the season of Darren Peterson missing over 12 games this year. I just don't know. It's going to be a great game.
You don't know, but I'm going to tell you what I know, Monty, that Kansas has a higher rating without Darren Peterson.
That is true.
They have a higher efficiency ratings on both sides of the ball. That's number one. Number two, how many assists a game does Darren Peterson get? Is he making players around him better? He's going to be a better pro than he is a college player by far, in my opinion. Because
I agree.
One-on-one skills. But how many? If you had to take a guess, because I already know the answer, but how many assists a game is Darren Peterson getting?
Less than 5 a game.
Okay, I'm going to give you a player comparison. You know a guy by the name of Thomas Houck?
I do.
Big, 6'9", 6'10", big. He's getting 2 assists a game. Darren Peterson.
Darren Peterson, not Adrian.
1.8. 1.8 assists a game, man. So
this is what the game has come to on all levels. It's 1-on-1.
All right, well, he should be able to create for his teammates, in my opinion.
I'm gonna die by this, and Robert, shoot me now. So I'm taking Kansas over St. John's.
Man. Just my opinion. No, it's all right. It's a higher seed, man. It's a higher seed.
Whoa. Whoa.
You're gonna hear from me.
Hell is about to freeze over to say that Johnny's is gone with Kansas. Wow. I never trust the Kansas team.
I don't either, but I again, Bill Self. Let's move forward. I don't even want to get into it because I may not be able to cross over the bridge. Right, go over the bridge. But in my other bracket, I do have St. John's. But for the sake of tonight, the Rewinds edition, I'm taking Kansas. South Florida, Michigan State. We all have. Well, some folks have Louisville. Let's just say Michigan State versus South Florida. Okay, Izzo.
Death taxes and Izzo in the Sweet 16.
Izzo.
That's it. UCLA, UConn. Goodbye, Coach Cronin. Give me UConn.
Indeed.
Okay, Florida and Iowa. Florida.
I got to go Florida there.
Florida.
All right. Vandy and Nebraska, Bryant.
I got Vandy. Their guards are solid.
The game that another very
solid upperclassman.
Solid upperclassman, but another suspect flip a coin game. UNC versus Illinois. UNC versus Illinois. Because UNC can easily go into this game, and I'm not gonna say outbeat Illinois, but it could be close.
I got Illinois.
It'll be close.
It'll be
close.
North Carolina is too slow.
Not close enough.
They can't keep up. They can't.
Can I trust? So your word is solid, Brian?
Illinois,
was
man.
solid. Illinois is going to win that game.
I'm going to write Illinois on the sheet.
Illinois. North Carolina is, they got a lot of bigs. And one of the kids that went to St. Rita is James Brown. He plays for North Carolina. So I've watched him for years. They're just too slow. They don't have enough talent and speed on that team to keep up with Illinois. Illinois is going to outscore them to death. They're just going to beat them. They're just going to beat them up.
I think they're going to beat them up good.
Yeah, they're going to beat them up.
I'm going to put Illinois, Brian. I'm going to roll with you. St. Mary's in Houston. Of course, we all have Houston over St. Mary's. All right, we'll speed this up. Arizona, Villanova. Taking Arizona.
Easy,
baby. Wisconsin, Arkansas.
I had Utah State over Villanova, by the way.
Okay, so Arizona, Utah State.
Arizona wins that game.
Fantastic. We're on the same page. Wisconsin, Arkansas.
That's a tough
Wisconsin.
I got Arkansas there, but it's a tough.
I'm taking Arkansas. Calipari finds a way.
Darius Acuff has got a little bit of Iverson, a little bit of Marbury. I see in him, man.
He do.
I say Wisconsin because they gave Michigan hell.
No, Wisconsin's solid. It's a tough game right there.
It is
tough game.
BYU, Gonzaga. I like the Zags.
I got the Zags over Texas.
Okay, same thing. Miami over Purdue. I just Purdue.
I got Purdue over Missouri there.
Okay, fantastic. Michigan, St. Louis. I have St. Louis. You may have Georgia
over Michigan.
No, I'm saying I have Michigan. What? No. I have Michigan advanced in that game.
Me too.
All right, we're all on the same page. Akron, and you guys have Texas
Bama.
Tech. I have Hofstra.
I got Bama.
Okay.
Bama over Texas Tech.
I got Bama over Akron.
So that'd be a good game, that Akron game.
Shame on me. I'm going to get trouble for this one. Tennessee and Virginia. I have Virginia.
I got them over SMU.
Okay. I have Santa Clara over Kentucky. You guys have Kentucky, but it'll be Kentucky and Iowa State for you guys.
Iowa State.
I got the Cyclones.
All right. I have Iowa State. Now, this is where it gets dicey. Sweet 16 going to Elite 8.
Yep.
Duke and St. John's.
I got Duke.
I got the Johnnies, kid.
Give me the Dukies.
You gotta believe.
Michigan State and UConn.
Everybody, I make up ground on everybody right here.
I got Izzo.
You are a fool. You are a fool.
I got Izzo. I got Izzo all day, every day, man.
I understand that.
Always find a way.
I understand that. Very, very clear. Very much clear. But
usually I go with the Italian coaches, but I got to go with UConn, man. I'm going with UConn.
You Vegas. Never mind. Give me UConn. Give me UConn.
I'm taking Michigan.
Michigan State doesn't have the firepower.
I know what they don't have. They never have a point guard, but yet
he doesn't.
Jeremy Fears Jr. is really good. He's really good. Really good.
Izzo finds.
He finds.
He does, man. He's the best.
He does.
He does more with less. More with less.
Yeah.
More with less. In a chess match against UConn.
And I'm not a Michigan State fan.
I know.
But yet he finds a way to get to that 8. He just does.
Just does. Florida and you have UConn as too, right, Rob?
Yeah, I got UConn over Michigan State. I had to deliberate that.
All right, fantastic. So that means
I don't like.
Okay, you have a Big Ten. I'm sorry, you have a Big East rematch. Got it. Love that. I see your thinking.
That's right.
Florida and Vandy SEC matchup. This is tough.
Ooh, this is going to be a barn burner.
I sit here.
Take 3 between these two teams.
I sit here and I look at the Florida Vandy, and when you talk about upsets, and at first, and I'm sitting here looking at it, I'm like, well, you know what? Florida team is really this one of them. They're not last year.
They can get back to the Final Four.
The guards are shaky, man. The guards can't shoot.
They have a really good front court. They have a really good front court.
They do.
They have one of the best front courts in the country.
They're not last year. They're not. not as good as last year.
They don't have they don't have the former Latino guy. What's his name? Walter Jr.
Right.
Walter
right.
Jr.
Walter
So
Jr.
you're taking who?
I have Florida, but
Okay.
I'm on the fence with that with Vandy. I'm really on the fence
It'll
with
be close.
It's going to be a close ass game. Vandy showed me something this last game, and their guard play is a bitch. I mean, they're going to kick their ass up with their guard play. They're going to destroy Florida. Florida's going to have if Vandy's hot, they're going to win that game. But it depends on how well Florida plays defense.
We shall see. Illinois and Houston.
Ooh, that's another tough game, man.
That's a tough fucking game. I'm from Illinois. I'm taking the home team. I have to take the home team. I don't think Houston's guards are that good. I really don't think they're that good. I think they play good defense. Offensively, I don't think they're that great. I watched them play for the past 2 weeks. They hesitate on making decisions. I just don't.
The offense is not great, but the D
defense is solid.
The D will choke you slowly. Choke the air out of you.
Yes.
I got them choking Vandy out.
I don't trust Brad Underwood in a tournament game like that. Houston, experience of coaching matters. Houston over Illinois.
I got
no shade. No shade. All right, this is where we get even more trickier. We go to the Midwest and Midwest side, Arizona and Arkansas. I have Arizona.
Me too.
Okay. Gonzaga and Purdue.
I got Purdue.
All right, I love you guys.
Wow, we got a lot of the same picks.
We do. Michigan and Texas Tech.
Go Blue.
For you guys, okay.
Bama. We got them beat. They're gonna beat Bama by 20.
Virginia and Iowa State. I just love Iowa State in this game over Virginia.
Cyclones. They're like Houston's defense, similar defense like this.
Similar defense. I like the schemes that they play. They can mix it up, and I love their press. I think they have really one of the best press in the country.
I think Virginia sucks defensively, and people keep saying they're the number 2 best team defensively. I've watched them for the last week or two, and I didn't see it. I think they stink defensively, and they're going to give up a lot of points. So Iowa State, I think they beat them by at least 15, 20 points.
All right. This is where it pretty much gets down to the marbles. East side region, we have my bracket. We have Duke versus UConn, and Rob's bracket is a rematch of the Big East championship, St. John's and UConn. Who do you have advancing to the Final Four?
I got the Johnnies beating UConn 3 out of 4 this year, man. Beat them twice this year. We beat them 3 out of 4. We're in their head.
So Rob,
they don't want to see it.
Rob's living rent free. He's going to take St. John's to advance to a Final Four. Bryant, Duke or UConn? Duke over UConn?
I got Duke over UConn. I really the way that Duke played against Michigan and beat them up that way. If they are on, they're going to beat UConn. It's just simple. Michigan was a very, very good team, and Duke just outplayed them that day.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to pick UConn.
They could easily win that game.
And Caliban.
I was thinking about doing that, actually. I was thinking about taking
he can guard. He can definitely guard Cameron Boozer. Duke, the injuries just if they can get healthy by the Final Four,
somehow
it'll be close. If Duke and UConn face the Elite Eight, it'll be close. I just think that if they don't have Caleb Foster for that game, Duke that hurts them from a defensive side, because UConn, yes, they lost by 20. It'll be a tough game. It'll be close. I'm going to go against the grain. Duke will probably be in the Final Four again, but I'm just gonna be a douche and pick UConn over the Dukies. Florida and Houston. I got Houston. Experience a rematch of the Final Four, which is going to be great. I have Houston.
I have Florida, Illinois. I got Illinois going to the Final Four.
Oh, he said that like early in the year, but
I did.
yeah, we'll see. Arizona and Purdue. I have Arizona advancing. Tommy Lloyd, let it ride. Arizona, man, they have a pretty.
Jay Billis has Illinois in the final. Has Illinois in the Final Four also.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, really?
I got his bracket right here. Last year he had the most right of any one of those sports guys. Jay Billis.
He did.
The Billustrator.
The Billustrator. Jay Billis. The Ellis.
Illinois can score, man. They can score. They can
That
flat
Houston
out
Illinois game is going to be
score.
some game.
It is.
It's a score.
All right. Michigan. Well, we all have the same bracket. Michigan, Iowa State. This right here is it can go either way. Really tough game, and I'm not being biased either.
I picked Michigan because of me, us, Michigan. But this game scares me, and the reason why is that one guard is out. I forget what's his name. Monty?
Yeah.
LJ Carson.
LJ Carson is out. He is so pivotal to that team.
He's been big for Michigan before he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he tore his ACL, and now that he's out, it is very hard to. I don't care if you 10, 12 deep. If this guy is if he's in a starting role and you take one out and you put one in, and it throws off the nucleus. It takes time to get used to that different lineup, regardless if they played off the bench or not. It's just a different feel with a different guy, and they're struggling in there a little bit. So, with that being said, it's hard to replace him. It
is. And another thing that makes it tricky when we look at Iowa State being 27-7, right? Like they have such an elite defense. They hold teams under 65 points a game. Michigan's one of the highest scoring teams in the country. And listen, they cause chaos defensively. They force turnovers. They average 9 steals a game.
Yes.
A game. Right?
Do things you don't want to do.
And listen, they have 2 guys right now that can give you 20 points apiece.
I love.
And it's no shade. I do, and it's no shade against what the year Michigan has had, right? But they
still have some good guards though too.
And they gave Arizona hell this year in the Big 12. Hell.
Team in Lipsy.
Listen, they average over 81 points a game. They shoot a high clip beyond the arc from 3, over 37%. Team, they shoot 39. Shot selection is great. They share the sugar, average over 17 assists as a team. Listen, Iowa State is a very dangerous team in this tournament. And when it gets down to Michigan and Iowa State, fuck you guys thinking. Go blue. You're going to the Final Four. What's the matter with you guys? Final Four. And we're down to 4. And I guess my bracket, my Final Four teams is UConn, Arizona, Houston, and Michigan. In my real world, it'll probably be Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Michigan. But for the sake of your pick, Rob, on your bracket, you have St. John's in the Final Four. Who do you have winning between the Johnnies and Houston?
Yeah, I got Houston beating my Johnnies. The fairy tale ends. I got Houston beating my Johnnies.
Okay, Bryant, your bracket.
I have Duke, Illinois, Arizona, and Michigan, but I got Duke and Michigan playing it for a rematch from the previous game 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I got Michigan winning in the final in a nail biter, 2-point game.
So Michigan national champions.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
If they get past Iowa State, then I got them as being the national titles.
I got Michigan beating Purdue, getting into the final, and beating Houston.
Okay, I have
cutting the nets.
I'm not mad at your bracket, Rob. I'm not, but I am, but I'm not, if that makes sense.
I prefer if you are mad.
I have UConn, Arizona, Houston, and Michigan.
Okay.
Fuck. I think this is Kevin Sansom's year to get back to a national championship game, so I have Houston over UConn, and you just can't take away the year that Arizona has had. Tommy Lloyd. I'm a big Michigan fan to the day I die, but I just think it ends in the Final Four. So I have Arizona over Michigan, Houston versus Arizona for the national championship. man, Kevin Sampson has worked so hard to get that one. He came close last year, shouldn't have lost against Florida. I just think that Houston's cutting down the nets this year. Give me Houston as a national champion. Kevin Sampson gets his first national championship, and that is my bracket.
I was close to picking Houston over Michigan, but I feel like it's going to be a lower scoring game than Michigan's used to because Houston will slow down the tempo. But I got Michigan winning that game like maybe 72-67, something like that.
For the sake of those out there that disagree with my bracket, you can gladly comment on my new Instagram page, my new one, or a comment on my Facebook page. But let me just get the reality and the land of the law when we talk about these particular 4 teams. And yes, they're 1 seeds, but at the end of the day, you can't sleep on any of them. Let's start with Arizona, right? They dominate the paint. We know that they have a presence down low in the paint. They're strong at every position from 1 through 5. Arizona has no weakness on their team, including their bench. They are that good. And yes, they have probably out of all the 1 seeds, they have the easiest path of getting to a Final Four. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mama. They're at 32-2 in a year. They deserve it. The only thing that I disagree or I think that Arizona struggles with is that they don't really shoot the ball that well from 3. And in games that I see Arizona play, they make minimum 5 3-pointers in the game. In a tournament, you got to be on to hit from outside and in. But however, you know, they are last in the Big 12 and 3-pointers made. That's some will say that's terrible. Some will say does not matter. They're number 1 seed for a reason. Okay, great. They struggle from 3, but out of all the things that I've seen from Arizona, they're legit. They're a legit 1 seed from top to bottom. We flip side to Duke, right? Duke being, you know, pretty much the Dukies of the past with Coach K at the helm, 32-2. Number 1 seed, John Shire, pretty much being, you know, a tough coach so far. He doesn't get a lot of credit that he deserves for the success he's had. Yes, everyone's looking for Duke to win a national championship, but them beating Michigan, of course, Michigan not having LJ Carson, I think that would have been a different outcome if Michigan wins. But Cameron Boozer being pretty much one of the best, if not the best player in college basketball, great rebounder, has a high IQ. He's a pass first kind of player. He can bring the ball up. He can also guard any position on the floor 1 through 5. He also picks up 94 feet. That is an exception in itself. Only thing I disagree with Duke this year is injuries. You have to be healthy going into the tournament. You have to be at your absolute best. Yes, Duke was victorious in winning the ACC tournament this year. No Caleb Foster. His health, is he going to come back at later on in the tournament, Elite 8, possibly Final Four, to be determined. We shall see. Duke doesn't have the depth, however, that I think that most teams like Arizona and Michigan has to make that run and getting to the Final Four. I'm not sure. The only thing that bothers me with Duke is that if Cameron Boozer is in foul trouble, that's a problem for Duke because you don't have that.
That's what I think is going to happen. That's how I think the Johnnies beat Duke.
Okay, thank you.
They get him in foul trouble. And 2 of the Johnnies, they're really good at drawing fouls, especially Zuby. He's got a nice pump fake, man.
He's got a nice pump fake. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love you.
You're welcome.
Duke also – Cameron Boozer at minimum is going to have to play at least 35 minutes a game or more because you don't have Nagubi second, who pretty much was a force to be reckoned with for Duke earlier in the year coming off the bench. Not having him, I think, hurts as Duke makes its run deeper in the tournament. Then we go to Michigan. Like I said, losing LJ Carson with the ACL tear was very, very hurtful for Michigan. He was a 6-man at the time, but he can play. He was a starter. He was giving you starter minutes. He could start on any team in the country right now, hands down. Argue with your mama. I don't care. And look, even despite Michigan losing to Purdue in the Big Ten tournament, it's the Big Ten. Again, I think the second best conference in basketball this year. Most balanced roster in the whole country with the guard play, with the spacing that Dustin May has. We don't talk about the success Dustin May has had with Michigan the last 2 seasons, taking over for Juwan Howard. Being, of course, beating Ohio State twice, beating Michigan State twice. We know Michigan State and Tom Izzo is a really good, well-coached team. Yundenberg, but I call him Yeldenberg because you guys have had a Jaeger bomb, but I call him Yeldenberg because he has been an animal and a force to be reckoned with in college basketball. Being at 6'9", can bring the ball up, can dribble. can pretty much put the ball on the floor anywhere he needs to get to. He can dribble, he can pass, he can shoot. He's a great defender, especially on the perimeter. That's the person that's going to be a key for Michigan if they want to make a run in a tournament this year. And yes, Elliott has had to step up with the loss of LJ Carson. Has inconsistency shown from the guard play? Yes, but he has stepped up for Michigan in key games and key moments this year for Dustin May and the Wolverines. So that'll be something that I'll keep an eye on as the tournament goes on. Then last but not least, it's the Florida Gators. Yes, Florida doesn't have what they had last year, but they have a chance to go back-to-back. Very, 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 very possible. Just going to put it out there. They started off the year 5-4, but then flip side, they were able to pretty much dominate the SEC, winning their last 17 games, which pretty much is outstanding going to the SEC tournament. Then, of course, they have pretty much 3 dominant front court players who have this year alone in a single game have combined for 72 points in the paint. That is Florida's key success if they want to make a run this year in the tournament. I have them get into the Elite Eight. Will they get to a Final Four to be determined? But those four teams, Arizona, Duke, Michigan, and Florida, they have all the ingredients to get to a Final Four. Will they get there? According to Rob, they won't because he's got St. John's in the Final Four. But that's
Xavier Lee and Boogie Fland. They don't shoot. They shoot a low percentage, man. Those 2 guys. If however they play, it will dictate how far Florida goes.
How far Florida goes, indeed.
And Illinois can shoot.
Illinois can shoot. They have the experience, I should say, somewhat. They got Stajan Pejakovic's son, who can definitely shoot. Runs in his father's DNA.
Shoot.
So Final Four picks are in. National championship picks are in. Let's say it one more time for the people in the room. I have Houston. Brian, you have who? Robert, you have who? Houston. My bracket.
Houston, yeah.
Rob's got Houston. Bryant.
I got Illinois.
Illinois national champions. Damn, over Michigan. I never thought I'd see that.
Illinois, but Illinois in the Final Four, but Michigan, of course.
No, Final Four picks. Who do you have to cut down the nets this year? Indianapolis. I have Houston. You have who?
No, I got Michigan.
I got Michigan. Also.
Yeah.
Michigan.
I have Michigan also, but Houston I have in my bracket to win.
Houston,
That's you confused the hell out of me with that Houston thing. Like what?
I'm just saying. Going to a different topic, we transitioned to the 2026 World Baseball Classic, where Venezuela took a stunning win, victorious 3-2 win over the United States. Suarez giving Venezuela the lead in the 9th, but Bryce Harper giving us a game-tying home run in the 8th inning to tie the game at 2 apiece, and then Suarez giving Venezuela the key run where it mattered most to take the win 3-2. There's one thing I want to bring up, and that's someone on the United States team because, yes, Bryce Harper has pretty much been horrible, batting over 132 throughout the World Baseball Classic, but he showed that when it mattered most, and that's to tie the game in the 8th inning. But it's got to be the Judge, Aaron Judge. Some say he's the best player in baseball, but listen, he doesn't come up clutch for the Yankees in the postseason, and he damn sure didn't step up and come up clutch when it matters most for his own country. 0-4 in last night's game, 3 strikeouts, another terrible performance. He played shitty all through the World Baseball Classic. Rob, your takeaway from Venezuela beating USA to win it all.
Don't disrespect my man Aaron Judge, man.
Oh, you
disrespect
tell me
my
otherwise.
man Aaron Judge.
Tell me otherwise.
You used he played like crap the whole time. What about his
Yeah.
throws? He threw the guy out. That's how they won the game.
Cannon.
He threw that cannon.
Yes.
How fired up the guys had, and we had 2 homers the next inning, man. That all triggered off Aaron Judge. Plus, when Aaron Judge said he was playing for his country, all these other guys jumped on board, and he's the main reason we got a lot of those guys playing.
Oh, my God. Listen.
Plus, baseball, man, you fail 7 out of 10 times. You can't.
Here you go.
You can't expect a guy to have a good game every game. It's baseball.
You ready for this? You ready? Yeah. This is your guy, right? You ready for this? Listen,
Aaron
Judge in World Baseball Classic elimination games. He is 2 for 11 with 180 batting average, 6 strikeouts, 0 home runs, 0 RBIs, and big moments. What has Aaron Judge, from a batting perspective, done for Team USA lately? Strike out. Thank you.
I can't dispute those stats.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Bryan, man, what do you got? You back in Judge?
Pitching.
He's got nothing.
Pitching.
And wait. People say, "Oh man, Aaron Judge clutch gene. Aaron Judge clutch gene." Well, what has he done for the Yankees in clutch situations? And the MLB playoffs for the Yankees in 65 games, he's 58 for 246. That's a 236 batting average. 91 strikeouts. What has he done for the Yankees in clutch situations? Not out but strikeout.
You were ready for the segment. Yeah.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you
very
much.
I got one counter to that. Okay, you're dissing my man Judge. I'm looking at the Venezuela pitching staff right now. Okay, three of their relievers. First of all, Palencia, man, their closer is ridiculous. But three of their relievers. Guess what? They have three relievers with a 0 ERA. So 3 guys didn't give up a run the whole WBC. So it's not great pitching gets great inning. I rest my case.
Well, great pitching gets great innings. Well, Bryce Harper has something to say that I hit the game time home run.
He didn't do much other than that, Jack. What did he do there? Pull his stats.
He showed up when the game was on the line. USA was down 2-0. He showed up, hit a game time home run. Aaron Judge, USA needs a run.
You're manipulating his stats. What's Harper hit for the tournament? Pull Harper's tournament stats.
I said that Harper had a terrible tournament in the World Baseball Classic. However, showed up when his country needed him most. Game time home run, right? Aaron Judge, we need you. We're down 3-2. What do you do? Strike out. Again, 2 of 11 in 3 games, 6 strikeouts for his country. He's got a great arm, great fielder, good throw that led to Bryce Harper's home run the next inning. But when you're down and your number's called and it's either show up or show out, you strike out. That don't work. That don't work for me. And I'm not an Aaron Judge hater. Trust me, I'm not. I give credit. Bryant will tell you I give credit where credit is due. But I'm just saying, and even for the playoffs for the Yankees. 65 games he's played for the Yankees in the playoffs. 58 and 246, 91 strikeouts. We don't have we don't have a coach. We don't have an unfiltered this week. We don't have a rewind of the week this week. But we got a floss with Moss this week. I know we talking about the men's bracket, but I gotta show the women some love. Is this week's edition, episode 56 of Rewind of the Week. Give it to me, Chris, and don't give me a On this week's edition of Rewind of the Week, I won't strike out on this one. I am going to hit the ball in play where it matters most. Singles, doubles, home runs don't matter. We take a flip side to the 2026 Division I Women's Basketball NCAA tournament. The Final Four this year will be in Phoenix. I'm going to give you my picks one by one, bracket by bracket. I don't care how long it takes because I got to show the women some love in the NCAA side. All right, UConn, UTSA. Give me UConn, Iowa State, and Syracuse. Give me the Cuse. Maryland and Murray State. Give me Murray State. Actually, no. Shout out to my dog, Jeff Walker, in L.A. His cousin plays for Maryland. Give me Maryland just for the sake of him. North Carolina and Western the Third. Give me UNC. Notre Dame and Fairfield. I'm going to be biased because you know I like Notre Dame. Coach Ivy, get it right, baby. Give me Notre Dame. Ohio State and Howard. Give me Ohio State, even though Howard women's having a great year just as much as men's. Illinois and Colorado. I like Illinois to win. Vandy and High Point. Give me Vandy. South Carolina and let me just put wait. South Carolina. Okay, wait. UConn. Final Four. UConn.
Let's just put UConn and South Carolina in the finals.
South Carolina. Okay.
And call it a
day. All right.
Women are more predictable to women's games in general.
Hang on, Bryant. So I'm gonna go to the other side. Give me UCLA. I'm gonna New Jersey. Give me Princeton over Oklahoma State. Give me Princeton. Gotta show Chubb to the hometown. Give me Gonzaga over Ole Miss, even though Gonzaga's had a really good year in the SEC this year, despite losing to Texas, who's one of the best teams in the country. Give me Minnesota over Green Bay. Baylor over over Nebraska. Give me the Dukies over Charleston. Texas Tech over Villanova. Villanova 25-7. They had a really good year. I'm going to take Villanova just because LSU. Wait. Yep. What? UCLA. Let's advance them. Gonzaga.
LSU is favored by 51.5 points, by the way.
UCLA.
I've never seen a spread that big.
LSU.
51.5.
Yep.
Texas.
I can't even go over Jacksonville.
Texas. Hold on.
Texas. With a spread like that, why do you even watch the game?
I won't be watching.
Kentucky. Let's go West Virginia. Let's go. Oh, Rhode Island, 28-4. I used to live there for a year. Fuck. I'm gonna roll with them. Rhode Island. Gotta show love some way somehow.
You lived in Rhode Island?
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Lamar Odom.
NC State. I'm gonna take Michigan girls because I saw them in person live.
Michigan favored by 41.5. The Michigan ladies, 41.5.
Michigan. I take Rhode Island. I got Michigan. All right, we got South Carolina, UConn. Oh shit! Damn. Rematch. I just think this is UConn's year. They got three first rounders. Give me UConn.
My father was a coach. He used to force me to watch the UConn ladies. I mean, he's been watching them for 20 years. He says they play the best basketball.
Texas, UCLA. Give me Texas in the Final Four against UConn. I have UConn cutting the nets, back-to-back champions. Gino Auriemma yet again.
They look good, man.
There you have it. So, UConn, South Carolina, UCLA, Texas in the Final Four. I have UConn over South Carolina. UConn in the Final Four against Texas. I know UCLA has had a great year at 31-1. Texas is just built different. Madison Brooks is just built different. Harmon just built different at the guard play. Texas had a really remarkable year. However, I just think when it comes down to them at UConn with Sarah Strong, oh my God in heaven, how do you match up against that? And it'll be an exciting game. But I got UConn cutting down the nets in Phoenix to win back-to-back national championships. All right, folks. Appreciate the love on this bracket show. You guys may hate me later, but that's okay because I probably pissed some folks off my bracket, both men's and women's. But that's okay. That's what we do. To our guest, Rob, for the folks that are watching, as well as the people that will be tuning in, where they can find you, when they can support you, what's some of the things you have going on for 2026, and what's one message you could leave to the world?
Ooh, that's tough. So 2026, I just came back from a mission in Cuba for the Cuban children, and I swapped the Yankee hat for the Cuba national hat. And but I think what I can wish is world peace, man. And let's get into the sports and get out of the politics.
Wait, hold on, Rob. You said you want to tell us something earlier about Shaq and another
I got an announcement. You heard it first on GSC3. Shaq Diesel, the Shaq Daddy. So Shaquille O'Neal, he watched this mob series called Gravesend. Okay, I played my basketball hoop run. Okay, was at Lafayette High School with a lot of former pro and Division I basketball players, and we would go to Gravesend. We go to LMB Spumoni Gardens at Gravesend. Well, there's a Gravesend mob series 1 and 2, of which I'm in season 2 and an investor. And Shaquille O'Neal watched it. He called up basically William DeMeo, who's the producer and the writer, and said, "I want to be in it." So and he said, "This is more realistic than some of these other mob movies because when I grew up, there was 2 or 3 guys running the neighborhood." So that being said, long story longer, season 3 has just been finished, and Shaquille O'Neal is going to be starring. His name is going to be Mustafa, and he's a gang leader, and it's going to be interesting. You're going to hear about it. Gravesend season 3, man.
6'10" gang leader. Wow.
It's gonna be, and his name is Mustafa. Yep. Coming soon. You're going to hear about it because he's going to be on all the talk shows. Shaq's going to go on like Good Morning America and all that other stuff. So you heard it here first on GSC3. Gravesend season 3. The Shaq Daddy as Mustafa.
Wow.
The Shaq attack. Laying the Shaq down.
So
Bryan, any final words before we start off episode 56?
Oh man, great show. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Hey, Rachel.
watch the
Rachel
game.
Bickerstaff. What up, baby? Sorry.
Get this going on. Yeah, I see Rachel over there. Is doing a thing. Man, it's I can't wait for tomorrow. I watch basketball all year long, especially when I'm driving around in my car watching games, and I shouldn't be doing that, but I'm doing it any damn way. And tomorrow everything kicks off, and fun times, man. These next 2 weeks is great. Then after this over, you get to watch the NBA final season, and then next thing you know, it's time to go to sleep for a while, but because there's nothing else to watch until August. But except baseball. But baseball, I watch that in September. However, it's great. It's great being here. We're gonna get this thing back on the road with Monty and his IG account, and go blue.
So far, I have 20 followers, and I haven't even opened my app yet. So
your best work is ahead of you, Monty. Your best work is ahead of you.
The biggest breakthrough comes from the biggest breakdown.
That's right.
I want to give a special shout out to our guy, Chris in 1990 Studios, for the work he does in week in and week out. Next week's episode will be at High End Cigars, place where I'm coming back to, returning in South Scotch Plains, New Jersey, where we will have our live show again. They are opening doors for your boy to come back, where we will have our bracket reveal, where we're at, standings, and then, of course, whatever games that are coming on. I believe next week will be the Elite Eight on that date, or leading up to the Elite Eight. So that will be interesting in itself. And I look forward to pretty much contributing. Next week, the Elite Eight will be on the it'll be Sweet 16, because 26 through 27. So it'll be just after the second round. So it'll be our Sweet 16 edition show before heading to Elite Eight. So that will be exciting in itself. I also look forward to next week as a whole, but all grace to the Lord. If you haven't, subscribe to our YouTube channel at 31_GSC3, as well as follow us on all of our social media platforms at 31_GSC3. Need all love and help we can get. Appreciate all love and support as you guys pour into us week in and week out. Next month will be the last week of March, and we prepare for April. So that will be exciting right there. Want to give a special thank you to my dog, my guy, Rod, right over the bridge. Sean told me to tell you hello.
What's up, Sean? Happy birthday, man. Mine's coming up on Friday, man.
Let's go, baby. Happy early birthday, Rob. Happy early birthday.
Pisces power.
Appreciate all the love and support. Thank you. And we'll be at the same place at the same time next week. I won't be here in the East Wing. I'll be live at High End. So that will be exciting in itself. Appreciate you guys. And as I always say before at the end of every episode, we sleep in May. This is March. March Madness is where the magic happens. Let's get it on. Go blue.
Go blue. Let's get ready.
And it's not about the destination.
It's the journey.
Let's go!
I was checking out the scout report, and I don't see nothing but bums. You and your whole entire world know that I am the one. You and your squad ain't got nothing for me.
Hey.
Your organization is looking stressed, and now that you haters is running from me, I know that you see that I'm highly blessed.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, we live with your boy Coach G. Yeah, we live with your boy Monty.
You and your squad ain't got nothing for me. Your organization is looking stressed, and now that you haters is running from me,